What's up? What's up? Don't know what day it is. Don't know what date it is. March 25th. Everything's kind of running together. Tuesday, March 25th. Brought to you by DraftKings. Hey, college basketball fans, ready to win real money this March Mania tourney? Struggling to choose which team will pull off an upset? Forget about the teams. All you need to focus on are player stats to rack up big cash prizes. With DraftKings Pick 6, it's that simple. And when it comes to massive payouts, DraftKings dunks all over the competition. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Missouri, California, Texas, Georgia, and more. Track your picks for a shot to win huge cash prizes. It's as simple as that. Don't settle for smaller payouts. Switch to Pick 6 and turn your March Mania knowledge into cash. Turn your March Mania knowledge into cash today. New players get $50 in Pick 6 credits instantly with just $5 entry. The simplest way to play for cash. Pick 6 from DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code PICKCENTRAL. That's code PICKCENTRAL for new customers to play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. Obviously, DraftKings getting us through the weekend, getting us through the entire tournament. Pick 6 available in those states across the country. A lot of big ones. We did that competition last fall. Was it? Last fall?
I'm sorry. I saw Dave's tweet about the person who put "Believe in Bosco" on their newborn baby.
They also put if you zoom in on the phone, it's an old episode of Pick'em. I mean, these are my guys.
Believe in Bosco.
It wasn't last fall, it was last spring.
Last spring. Yeah, it all runs together.
There's just so much that goes on in this company that I miss. Like I saw that. I saw you tweet. When I see Ev tweet about something that's not sports, I go, wow, there's something going on.
I did take a stand because it was one of those that Fights mentioned it to me the other day. The whole thing with Don Chen's and Dante got Barstool Backpage got taken down because they're getting sued for the music. And I don't know. To me, I just heard that this whole thing happened with Legal, where he basically sandbagged Don Chen's.
What was Don Chen's?
Vinny.
Oh, he goes by Don Chen's. Got it.
I say Don Chen's because online that's what people will see.
I know Vinny. So that's the only. I know who he is. It wasn't like I.
And Fights explained how he basically went through all his videos and was like, so Don Chen's, he does rap music content. It does very well on Instagram. He's built an account. He's got a bunch of videos that have done a bunch of views. He's consistent, does a lot of videos. And to me, it just is the most just scumbag behavior. I just was if something you're doing is not working and you go, look at this guy, trying to tear him down. Yeah. To me, I just was what good is ever going to come out of that other than just sandbagging this guy? So to me, I just was that to me is the most low life, scumbag thing you can do to somebody, especially what we do here.
Yeah,
I mean, especially him, who he's not bothering nobody. He's just does his work. He produces out and about, and then after hours, he's staying here super late, making content, doing interviews with artists, trying to get himself off the ground. And the stuff he's doing, like I said, is going well. So I just saw that and I was all right, I heard about it. And I just was I just could never fathom doing that to someone.
Yeah.
I just don't, there's how is tearing someone else down going to help you at all?
I have always said that if you have a niche here or a lane, you do not.
It really reminded me of, it honestly was it was old Bosco.
Do not block other people out of those lanes. It was
very old Bosco.
Anyone who's ever come in the company, I've brought with open arms.
Now we actually have no one that does college basketball.
What do you mean?
We have Titus.
Oh, yes. Sorry. That was stupid. I meant to, you blocked, Nadu was out, we were out. I meant the other people we all took
blocked out. Yeah.
Blocked out. Sorry.
I got blocked. But yeah, I just took a stand on it because I just heard about it. It just really rubbed me the wrong way. To me, it's just an uncomputable thing. I would never do that to someone ever. I don't talk about this. I rarely talk about other people's shit. This just really, I was I'm gonna say something.
Yeah, I didn't see this till literally right before.
Because Fight said it to me on, I think it was Thursday or Friday. He mentioned it, and he was
let me tell you, this place is nuts.
He was I just can't. Some of the people we work with are just insane, and he knows Dante a lot better than I do because he kind of was I knew when Fights was not defending him, I was all right, this is real. Because Fights would try to defend him if he could. He knows him well. He's known him for a super long time. I just come on, man. You can't. And he even, actually, it's funny because I saw he replied to the tweet and he did literally exactly what Fight said he was going to do. I didn't basically play stupid. I'm like, bro, you're like 40 years old. Like, you don't get to just play stupid.
Yeah,
it just like pissed me off, and I was like, I have nothing to do with it. I was annoyed by it.
Hey, taking a stand. Sometimes you gotta take a stand.
I just hate shit like that. That's just like we're supposed to be like a team here, at least a little bit. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, we're not a team.
We have half the people in this company would drag someone by the fucking drag them. Maybe the guy to my right.
Those days are old.
I think Ket said it perfectly. Like it's like you falling in a cliff and like, let me just grab this guy's ankle, pull him down with me for no reason. For literally no reason.
Wild shit.
Let's
It was really funny when he was like classic KFC, not understanding what I was trying to say. And it was just the exact same thing.
Literally said verbatim what they said he would say was his excuse. Like read him like a book.
That's funny.
It was one of those things that like I was reading it on the train. I was like, not gonna lie, he got me in the first half because the first half I was like, oh, maybe he does have a side of his story. It's like, wait, I just heard this.
Then he just said and I know there's some other things that were said that were like there were some texts that I think will probably get talked about on Unnamed that are like pretty crazy too. Some people here, man.
This what a wild place, man. That's why
to me it was just tough because
yourself. Do your work.
It just was this specifically. Because Dante too, he complains all the time about like I'm not getting any bump from like the main accounts and all this stuff. I'm like, this guy's doing it by himself. You think he's gotten any bump ever?
Also,
this is the first time. I said to Vinny yesterday, I was like, this is gonna be the best thing to happen to you because your shit's gonna get talked about by like by Dave and all these people. I was like, this is gonna be a net win for you.
Yeah.
But he went through a fucking hassle. He had to take videos down and check his legals of his ass now because of fucking Dante blowing the whistle.
It's also different when someone has Barstool in their name and someone that doesn't. Barstool has a lot to lose, and we have a lot of money that can pay legal fees. Individual person, they're not going to sue because
it's his own account. They made him take Barstool out of his bio.
Yeah, you kind of.
How crazy is that?
Well, I think that's crazy. Legal wise, I don't think that's crazy.
It's his own account. I mean,
yeah, but if you are doing music stuff, they're gonna see Barstool. Like, it's better for him, honestly. Unless
I guess it was tough. I guess his stuff. I guess there was some copyrighted music like years ago.
But they'll go.
It was more just that they went. It wasn't like Dante picked like the video he did last week. They were digging like 2020.
Oh, it's more like what Dante did is more. I'm saying Barstool kind of has to save their ass at that point.
No. I get like the copyright. I just throw him like. Listen, I'm not a legal guy. I guess if taking Barstool out of your bio is gonna like help,
because they know they can go after Barstool. Then if they know it's just this guy that's doing it, they're like, fuck it, let the guy just fucking have the copyright.
Yeah, I don't.
Wild shit.
Let's do a little NFL because we didn't really. It was a Friday night like news bomb drop, and then to be honest with you, I was so engulfed in everything going on over the weekend that when Phil retouched on it today, I was like, all right, yeah, that makes sense. Giants get Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes us. I don't think it makes us good. Definitely makes us better, but it also kind of makes us fun. I think we're going to be a fun against the spread team. Will be a fun down below a 10-point lead, come back from a 10-point lead. Like the games will now be watchable. Is the best way I can put it.
Well, if he's
that's the thing though. Like listen, it'll be watchable because we all love Jameis Winston. There will be some Jameis Winston games where like, oh my God, he's horrible. But then there's also going to be some where I'm like, oh my God, that was amazing. Like that's what you get. You know what you're getting with him. And it's also, does he start? What do we do in the draft? Do we get a veteran? It seems like everyone, what they're saying, I was watching a bunch of clips and I was reading. That's when you know I'm like interested in the Giants right now. It seems like we're not going to take Shador, but that's also could be smoke and mirrors. We don't know. Like maybe we want people to trade up for Shador. It seems like we're going to get another veteran, and then draft somebody else in the first round. That's what they and also draft someone in the later rounds as a quarterback, like a developmental quarterback.
Yeah, they're saying that we still might sign Flacco or Wilson. Like that's not off the table right now at all.
What does that do?
I mean, it's just another quarterback, and then they draft one in the late rounds probably.
So if you're Dable and Shane, what does this do? How do you?
They must not like Shador then.
This is like
they don't like Shador, and they need a quarterback that can throw a forward pass for the first time in a decade.
Yeah, but it's like they're drowning in a boat, and they ask for like a box of cereal.
I actually think
it's
Jameis
nothing
is
that's going to help them
for that price. And
no, he is.
Like you also like we do have like.
Wouldn't you rather go down if you don't love Shador? Wouldn't you rather at least take the shot on that because that could save you long term? Like Jameis isn't going to save you long term.
Yeah, but they know what they're going to get out of him right away. they don't know what they're going to get out of Shedeur. I get what you mean.
In what world are Dable and Shane still here next year, though? Because Jameis is not going.
They got to win a few games.
If we make the playoffs, if we get close to the playoffs,
I think you got to. I think there's got to be
stretch.
Yeah, I think
1,000% a stretch
for them to realistically keep their job. I think there have to be significant improvement. Like the defense would have to be like really good.
Which our
could happen
defense
maybe
is good if we're not on the field all the time. Like there was definitely we had a down year last year, but we just signed the safety that's really fucking
Holland.
good. The cornerback from the
Adebo
Saints
is really good. Adebo.
And like our Dexter Lawrence is like the best defensive lineman. Okereke needs to play better this year. Like Burns was getting better. Thibodeau needs to be better. Like we do have a lot of names on defense, and then with offense, if we could score a little bit, because there were some games last year we could have won if we scored 14 points. That was like if we scored 17 points. This year, like we do have now a second year Malik Neighbors who's like, we know this fucking guy is outrageous, and we need to sign. Like we also need a wide receiver in the draft as well. I think.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see them going like mid rounds receiver for sure.
Right now we only have Slayton and
Slayton's a solid player.
I just wish we didn't pay him like that.
I get it because I actually think he would have gotten. There was word he could have gotten more from other teams.
No, I know, but I just almost like cut our losses.
It was more just. I think it was just like the most like unexciting but like solid signing.
I looked at it and go, huh.
You're just like, yeah, you're like, all right, like I guess it's good to have him back, and you would think you're like, all right, like he's a solid player, but I think he just associate him with this horrific offense. And you're just like, he's not the guy.
Yeah, you just want to change it up.
He's a solid player though.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Jameis was a really good move for the Giants. Where it was what, $5 million?
Yeah, it's like 2 years, $8 million. Like, get up to like 16.
Yeah, like that is 2 years, $8 million.
Basically, he plays a lot,
and really like. Only talked about as like the best locker room guy of all time. Help other quarterbacks. Like we need that in the locker room as well. Like we need a guy like you have Dexter for the defense, him on the offense. Like I do think that could help. Again, I'm not sitting here being like we're making the fucking playoffs. You know, it's just more like, hey, it's a good signing. We were all joking that we wanted it, but like I really did want it.
I like it more than Russ, and like I said, they might just still sign Russ. Who knows? But it's just nice to really. I think Meek said this in the group chat. I couldn't agree with them more. It's just nice to have like a 3rd and 9 and be like, we actually could pick this up.
Yes.
Like we have just had such anemic quarterback play with such horrific arm talents for like Daniel Jones and DeVito has been just fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Like, we have a quarterback that can, whether he's gonna throw a pick, he's gonna sling that thing. Like he's gonna throw the rock.
Yep. Like he's gonna go down. Like hey, maybe even like Jalen Hyatt might like get a throw.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He might actually
I don't think he's very good, but I think that was a miss on that.
Hyatt, I think it's hard to. The quarterback play's been so bad, you like don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, listen, he's not Neighbors. Like Neighbors is like so good that anyone can throw him the ball.
Literally, he had an unreal season last year when we had one of the worst.
With Drew Lock, Jones, like all these bums throwing him the ball.
Yeah.
And he still was good. If Winston played all the games, Neighbors would have like 2,000 yards.
And Jameis won't throw to anyone else.
No, he'll just throw to him over and over, as he should.
Cam Ward has solidified himself as a top overall pick, is what he's saying, based on him throwing and what the Titans are looking at. I guess.
He had a good pro day.
I'm not so, I don't know. It's one of those, I don't get too worked up. Like, unless I have a really strong take, line in the sand like you had with Daniel Jones, which ended up turning out to be right. Or if you're like, Shedeur is better than Cam Ward and you want to get in the weeds with that. I just don't have a line in the sand type of thing with either of these guys. So I'm in the thing of like, all right, he's going to be the top pick. Let's see how it goes. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at. I'm very, and it's not my team. So I'm like, and I don't have anything really against the kid where he came from. I don't root against him. Like, wouldn't really know it. I don't think I've ever heard him speak, even in post-game interview. I wouldn't know his voice if it was behind me. So, like, I'm just kind of like, all right, yeah, if he's the top pick, that's the way it goes. With these drafts, I don't really have a huge opinion on it. So we'll kind of see how it goes. It is interesting that Ward put himself above Shedeur just on the hype and the family and like the marketability and what that would do for fans. Like, who do you think fans are going to get more excited for, Shedeur or Cam Ward? I don't think it's close.
I actually don't know. I think a lot of fans also like don't love the Sanders
history
last
and
name, like Dion being involved. I would love it. I love that shit. I think having Dion as your dad is a positive. I think that, but also it comes with a lot of, well, I don't want to say baggage, but it comes with a lot of just publicity to your team that you don't know if you feel like what if Shedeur sucks after 4 games, like really bad? Your team is going to get so much publicity, bad publicity, where it's like so much, and then you don't know what Dion's going to say. You don't know how anyone's going to handle it. I don't know. And also, you don't know how they interview either. You don't know how they've been interviewing with teams, because I know a lot of people are saying shit about Shedeur. I don't see how that could be true.
Yeah, the Shedeur thing is feeling like half the people that have it's all just anonymous quotes too, which are annoying. Like, stand behind what you say at least a little bit. And like some of them, like it's like, oh, like he's too brash, they didn't like him. And then some of them were like, oh, like we fell in love with him.
Yeah,
he's so smart football wise. I don't like hate Kim Ward. I think Kim Ward's gonna get picked number 1. I'm not like I like Shedeur better as like an NFL.
I think both are not like first year guys that are gonna turn a franchise around. I don't think that. I think they could, maybe they could, but in my opinion, I don't think like right away like you fucking put them in and they're a playoff team. You know, like I think they're gonna need to develop a little bit, because neither of them were like lights out in college. Right. Like Shedeur had some really good numbers, but like he had some bad games. It wasn't like a Joe Burrow last year, you know, like it wasn't. Cam Ward
wasn't a light-up season. Agreed.
Yeah, it was kind of a down year for the. Who won the Heisman?
Hunter.
Travis Hunter. So it was like, and it wasn't.
They came in like basically. I think Cam Ward came in like 3rd or 4th, and Shedeur came a little bit after that.
The quarterbacks were down.
Although I actually thought Shedeur should have been higher.
Like,
to me,
Gabriel was a Heisman finalist, you know?
Yeah, I think Cam Ward, like, you get more like he's more like physical, like he's big. He's like 6'2", 6'3", like a little thicker, like a little more athletic.
Yeah.
But I think Shedeur, you're getting a little more like polished, like thrower, like decision maker. I don't know. I really like Shedeur.
Ask you a question, though. Cam Ward goes first. Penn State guy goes second.
Joe Carter.
Who do we take
Giants?
first? I have a feeling they take fucking Travis.
That's what they probably. I mean, obviously, if they don't like Shedeur, I think they would take Hunter. I think that makes the most sense.
There's just a lot of potential there.
To be honest, as a Giant fan,
we need both. Like we could use corner, and we could use
everyone who wants to play.
Yeah, we could use
and
both.
to be honest, as a Giants fan,
and he's just a great player.
I love either one of them, because listen, you get Shedeur, it's like, okay, we got a quarterback, 3rd overall. It's something to look forward to.
What happens with Shedeur though if he doesn't start?
Well,
right away, could you see that being a problem?
For sure.
I don't think it would be as much as I think people are give.
But also, why do you draft someone a 3rd to not start them?
But I think you could easily like not start him week 1. He's starting by like week 5.
Like Drake May.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's fine if that's the plan, though. You know, like
I actually think Jameis would be like a good quarterback room pairing with Shedeur.
Yeah, I do too.
And could not be more polar opposite of the Giants a year ago.
No.
Daniel Jones, Drew DeVito to Shedeur and Jameis is so funny.
DeVito's still there.
That's right. Well, I guess he's on a non-guaranteed. So.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think I'd rather go Travis Hunter. But regardless, either way, like as a fan, not thinking about anything else, it's fun to have those two types of guys to let you come. Because like, you know, when you're a fan and you're a top pick and like the Chargers, right? And you know it helps your team. You know it. You're excited about it. But like Joe Alt, great for him. But it's also like. You don't really see Joe Alt do things. You know it's good, but as a fan, you're like, oh, I like when we got Malik Neighbors, like, oh fuck yeah, we get to see this fucking
a new
guy.
toy.
It's a new toy that.
Yeah, I think I'm a simp like that too. I only get interested in skill position offense.
Yes,
players.
of course. But I'm not an idiot. Like Joe Alt's unbelievable. Like there's a reason why the Chargers' running game was very good. It was because of him. Like I know we need offensive line, but when you have a top pick, it's fun to get like, yes, Saquon at 2 was a lot. Like, but it was still like nice. We get a running back to watch, you know.
I get excited about the linemen.
No, I know. But
I just
but you know what I mean about
this year. This year I would have loved it, but the linemen I don't think are like. I don't think there's a lineman worthy of number 3 this year.
No. If they do a lineman at 3,
if say a team like the Jets, there's a lot of talk they like Shedeur or someone else. Maybe they won't after they gave Fields a little bit of money. But if like somebody wanted to trade up to 3 for Shedeur, like in the top 10, I'd be down.
Yeah,
like get a first rounder next year. Like I'm definitely down for that. Especially with a team in the top 10 that like could just be bad again next year. That could be like a really good pick again.
Let me tell you something. If we get Travis Hunter and then get Jackson Dart late, I would be the happiest person ever.
If we either like traded back into the end of the first or like we're able to just sit to 34 and take Dart, I'd be fine with that. Like I'm willing. I just don't think he's like There's some mocks saying like take him 3rd overall. Like that's crazy. Like,
I think that would be a little bit of a stretch.
but yeah, if they could get back in like the late 20s, like 30s, and they really like him that much, I'm good with that.
There's no lights out quarterback right now. There is no Caleb Williams. There's no Jaden Daniels or Drake May. Just don't take one yet. Just don't. Don't waste don't be like hopefully this works. Travis Hunter's going to work. At some capacity, this man is going to work, and you know that. And it's maybe if it's not the best player ever, but you know it's going to work, just do something that you know it's almost a sure thing. I know not everything's a sure thing, but that's a sure thing.
I think his skill set is a sure thing. It's just whether he can hold up and how many snaps you want to play him.
Yeah.
Because he's not a big guy either. Like
He gets hurt.
He's like 180, 90 pounds. He's not huge.
When he gets hit, he gets hit.
And he has missed a few games like in his career from injuries. He actually was healthy pretty much this whole year, but
Yeah.
like last year he took a massive shot in that Colorado game.
That was a fucked up hit, too.
Yeah, but he's a tough kid, and just his skill set's just so elite. Like
Yeah.
he can help you literally everywhere. We've never had someone like that.
Tatum exits last night with a left ankle sprain.
I didn't know
did
that.
not watch a second of it, kind of catching up on headlines this morning. Dukes, how much of a worry is this for your Celtics?
0. I bet you he's back by the playoffs, which is when it matters.
Okay.
He was seen
Is he
walking
not?
with no boot, like just a
yeah.
slight
All right,
He's like, I don't think it's like too serious.
I did see.
Yeah, if you meant like how worried am I of the injury, not at all.
That's
If
what the
you're asking me-
question
If you ask
is.
me how worried I am without him, very obviously.
Right.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be stupid.
Obviously.
I
Yeah.
saw Celtics fans tweeting hashtag Draymond was right with the video that of Draymond stomping on Domantas Sabonis' chest from a few years ago. So
Yeah, what did Sabonis do? He like undercut him or he didn't let him
Yeah.
land or something?
yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's just, like Celtics fans at this point are just like Tatum and Brown shouldn't play till the first game of the playoffs. And
Right.
Shouldn't play till Eastern Conference Finals, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys touching on the tournament.
What was that?
Somebody had walked by I'd never seen before. I always like kind of marvel at that. I'm like, oh, no, whatever. The company's huge. I don't know. It's what
A random
So you
person
just gave,
walked
like,
by,
a fist-
and
you didn't have like a small
you're
reaction.
angry.
Yeah, you got.
No, I like was confused. That's confused. It was definitely not
Confused
angry.
look?
Confused look.
That was a visceral reaction, almost
Yeah.
disgust.
Confused. So you guys were, a lot of people, tournament sucks. I don't complain. I definitely don't complain. But like if we're getting in the trust circle, did championship week also kind of underwhelm as well? Are we now running into like 2 straight weeks of we're jacked up?
We're all on. It wasn't us 3 here. We're all on. It wasn't that bad of a first week of that. We think everyone's overreacting.
I do think everyone's overreacting because the casuals want the craziness and whatever. But coming into the
Then they hate it in this round. If High Point was in it, they'd be like, if it was High Point,
you
against
can't win it. Yeah.
They'd be like, well, this is an easy win.
But coming into the tournament, anyone who was dialed in from November did say probably going to be pretty chalky coming out of this first
We
round.
all kind of said that. Like,
Yeah, everybody knew it. So we called our shot. Like, it is what it is. But the thing I want to go back to, because I think I was actually, like, it maybe popped up in my algorithm or whatever. I watched an old clip of championship week when me and you were explaining to Clemmer how great championship week was. And then I remember going back to that. Championship week was pretty predictable as well, too.
there was
It was
no,
good.
There was no
All right,
bid stealers.
it was good. There were no bid stealers. It was very good in the sense that it gave you a lot of 1-2 championship games.
Yes.
UC Irvine, UC San Diego. Like, again, if you're a sicko like all of us, you knew that's what it was going to be. You knew the A-10 was going to be what it was. You knew the Southland was going to be what it was. You knew the Big South was going to be what it was. The CAA was going to be like, there wasn't anything. Well, Delaware kind of snuck into that championship game, but everything was pretty much what it was going to be. Like it was kind of, here's what it's going to go. But in that week, I don't really remember any kind of monster runs from anybody as well.
Well, because in the big conferences, no teams that would have had to win it all really made deep runs.
Right. Also, some guys got banged up. Like obviously, Flagg got banged up. Some Gilbert gets banged up. Like
think about it. The final four of the Big Ten was like all teams that were going to get in already. The final,
the Big 12 was chalk.
SEC
Big
was the
East was
same,
chalk.
Big
SEC
12.
was chalk. You're right.
even ACC was like Louisville, Duke.
Yep.
It was 2 teams are going to get in. Obviously, Like there was no chaos in that. But I would say the round of 64 was great. The round of 32 I thought was very good. Like Saturday, Sunday,
compelling.
Sunday was really good. Like,
well, everyone complained about
UConn
no buzzer beaters. We got one. Then it's like, oh, this weekend still sucks. Like, what do you want? Also, we have this week. Like this weekend is wire to wire,
incredible,
unbelievable games. When you have like Duke, Arizona, Alabama, BYU. You have.
Auburn, Michigan,
Florida,
Arkansas,
Maryland,
Texas Tech, Florida, Maryland. Florida, Maryland's an insane game. Would you rather that? Would you rather Florida, Maryland, or Florida, Colorado State?
Right.
Like honestly, like it's nice to see when like Colorado. I obviously like when madness happens, right? But like when it comes down to it, the Final Four is these teams never win a national championship. I know San Diego State got close; they weren't close in the championship game, but
Butler got close.
They got close. Like, I don't know. I just rather this.
Butler got real close.
Butler got really close. But Butler's not even like at the time it was, but like now it's just still like a Big East, you know? I don't know. I just think that everyone loves to complain so much. And I don't know what they really, really want.
I wish that like a UC San Diego made a run. I wish like, I think Colorado State was good.
That's the only I was going to push back. They could have hung.
But I'd rather Maryland did it. That's what I'm saying.
On the name.
No, it's not even the name. I like.
They're a better team.
I think Maryland's a better team than. Obviously, Colorado State. There's nothing against them. It really isn't. I know they should have won the game. They were in the game. They beat the shit out of who they play first. Memphis. They beat the shit out of them. They were in against Maryland. Literally a buzzer beater. Like I just think Maryland's a really good team, but. Even if Colorado State won that game, people would still say it sucked.
Aside from Arkansas,
they would still say the weekend sucked.
Aside from Arkansas, every team, and maybe Ole Miss a little bit, and Michigan for a period was like a little cold. But for the most part, aside from Arkansas, Ole Miss on the fringe, Michigan on the fringe to a degree, 13 or 15 of these teams in the Sweet 16 were top 20, top 25, top 30. Wire to wire.
I mean, they're all top 25 besides Arkansas.
I know, but like I'm saying, there was never any dip. Like there was no roller coaster.
We also
Auburn
all said this.
Auburn, wire to wire. Michigan State, I know they were unranked to start the season, but very quickly got on the radar, wire to wire. Florida, Maryland, Texas Tech, Duke, Arizona up and down a little bit too. BYU, once they got going, wire to wire. Alabama, top 10, wire to wire. Houston, Purdue. Kentucky, Tennessee, like all this is.
I did like that BYU. Once they got going, wire to wire.
BYU hasn't been wire to wire.
No,
they weren't wire to wire. They got smoked by Providence. I was out on BYU. They lost to Providence. By
BYU
too.
BYU is not that good of a team. I know everyone. I think you should beat the fuck out of them.
They can shoot it. They're running hot. They could shoot
it's
it.
A close game.
I think
it's a track meet, obviously, but.
I also think, who do you think has had the easy? You answer this question since you have no team in it right now. Who do you think has the easiest road? I think so far. I think there's
that teams they've already played.
Who has had the easiest road to where they're at and what they have now? I think there's two teams that have it.
I have to like see it with my. I would say. I mean, Bama is up there. Like Robert Morris.
Bama's one
in St. Mary's.
Bama's one. There's one other team I think. It's again no one's fault. It's just like what it is right now. I
mean, I guess you could say Purdue if you really want to like.
I think Michigan State. So Michigan State had whoever the 15.
Like Bryant.
They had New Mexico, and then now they have now they have Ole Miss. Like as a 3 games, and I think those are the easiest. Again, doesn't matter. But
Beard's a hell of a coach, though. Couple of days of preparation.
Purdue obviously wasn't including Houston now, but
it's crazy. Like. People hate Hurley, and that guy's just getting praised.
Yeah.
I mean, it's again. I don't want to go like too deep into the Hurley stuff, but like, college basketball was built on
that
villains, and like it's just what he does. You know, I don't know.
Villain.
It's just what he does.
He's like not even He's not even like a.
I don't.
He's maniacal.
He
was maniacal in high school. He was maniacal at Wagner. Like that's just what he does. His style it works. It doesn't work for everybody. So if you want to leave. But, like, that's what, you look at all these legendary coaches like Boeheim, a fucking curmudgeon, like crazy on the refs. Bobby Knight throwing chairs. Like, Krzyzewski, for all his good, there's articles and stuff that he had buried and stuff.
Too.
He was nuts on the referees. People sat behind. He was motherfucking them left and right with the referees.
Well, Hurley, the problem is they just on the TV feed they just show him 1,000 times, and the other coach they barely show
because they know what they're doing. It's a TV
no, that's
show.
what I'm saying. They like buy into where like these other coaches are like he might yell a little bit more than the average coach. He definitely does. But, like, the average coach is still yelling a shit ton, and there's other coaches who yell a shit ton.
Right.
They just don't show them as much. So Hurley just gets all, like, anytime he breathes, like, they just throw the camera on him.
Yeah. You know, again, like Calipari and fucking, Jesus, who was the guy at Temple? Legend. Chaney. They threatened to kill each other in a press conference.
Yeah.
You know, like this is
exactly.
We've had
and they love. It's crazy. Like they love that. It's honestly, it's because the people complain about everything's gone soft. Like they love Chaney saying like, "I'll kick your ass."
Yeah,
and like that he was the man for that. And then like Hurley literally just says like fuck, and whatever. And they're like, "Oh, this guy's." He says that's bullshit to a ref, and they're like, "What a horrible human being he is."
Yeah,
I'm sick of this guy.
I gave Jack Mack a good one yesterday. I called him out of nowhere. He's like, "What's up?" I was like, "Did you hear about Hurley?" He's like, "Oh, the article about this." I was like, "No, that he was the second gunman on the grassy knoll." I was like, "They said it's Hurley," and he just started laughing. He's like, "I needed that." But yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. Tarkanian used to bury cash in the desert. That's how they were paying. Like we have guys on FBI wiretaps. Like college basketball is supposed to be the characters, you know. So like, and it's a day and age where there's not many characters left. So like, let Hurley be a character. That's kind of where I'm at.
I mean, we just lost a bunch from. We've talked about like we've lost so many legendary college basketball 100%. Coaches over the years. We have another one building his resume as we speak.
Yeah, there's like 5 active coaches that have won titles. I think Calipari.
We have Scott Drew.
Hurley, Scott Drew, Calipari, Patino, and am I missing the 5th?
Yeah, Ben McCollum.
He won a Division II. Yeah, I don't think anybody else active. Izzo.
And Bill Self.
I said Self.
Oh,
Did I say no? I don't think I said Self. Self, maybe 6. Yeah, and we're guaranteed. I mean, unless Arkansas wins it this year, we're guaranteed to get a new champion.
Yeah,
this year, brand new coach. You know, so
you know what's funny? Cooper Flagg's mom commented this, but Shire's up for Coach of the Year. He didn't win ACC Coach of the Year.
Yeah, Coach of the Year is it's like most improved.
It's just funny.
Kelsey deserved it.
I mean, yeah, no, he did. Like that's what
what were they like? They won like 9 games last year.
No, that's what
like 11.
Coach of the Year is not Coach of the Year. It's you took a bad
most
team
improved, yeah,
and it's most improved.
But I think that's a better coaching job.
Yeah, I get. It's hard to say because it's like obviously
it's like flip coaches and like how like does it go different? Because like if Kelsey's the Duke coach, I think they're in the same spot.
Oh, I don't know. Actually, I really don't know. I have no idea.
I said it the other day.
He's a great coach. I think if you gave him.
Yeah, listen, I'm not mad. Like I don't really care about Coach of the Year. I really don't. Like if you do care about that, I think you're crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree.
Just go to like it shouldn't also just go to like the number 1 team.
No, I'm fine. That's what I'm saying. I'm fine with Louisville getting, but it is just funny that you didn't get ACC Coach of the Year, but you're up for Coach of the Year of the entire league.
Who else is up for Coach of the Year in the country? He's not gonna. Shire's not gonna win it. I don't think.
It's probably gonna be. I mean, who else would besides Pearl?
I mean, there's a few guys. I mean, Sampson. I mean, you could give it to a few guys.
I think it's
honestly Golden. No? Golden, you could give it to.
Yeah.
Dusty May.
You could give it to. I mean, there's definitely some guys up there for sure. I think all those guys. I think you could like have a reasonable case.
I said it this year too. Or I said it the other day. I don't like the guy at all. But you got to kind of tip your cap to what Calipari did this year, too.
Absolutely. No,
he was dead in the water. And he had a ton of guys who could have been like, let's play bad basketball. Let me just get to my pro day and get the fuck out of here and whatever. He somehow he got him dialed back in to make a little bit of a run.
They were 0-5 in the SEC, lost Boogie Flan.
Yeah.
And then they also like came back strong at the end of the year and kind of limped their way in.
He's so much more likable on Arkansas.
Absolutely.
I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, I think just because it's Kentucky's like being the Yankees. Yeah, it's one of those.
We talked about it yesterday that it was a win-win-win for BYU, Arkansas, and Kentucky. They're all on
right. Yeah, he did it. I thought he did a great job this year. I thought Cal did a great job.
That's as much as like he gets shit for kind of being the recruiter, not X's and O's guy. This might be one of the best coaching jobs he's done.
Right.
It's like you just said, considering everything that happened, like new school, they start horribly, lose the star recruit, and then like here they are in the Sweet 16.
I mean, he's still gonna get the stars next year,
Sure,
you know.
absolutely.
So if he
He had this, like, he brought his team with him, like, Kentucky.
100%,
I think everyone left Kentucky, right?
Boogie was
Besides one?
committed to there too, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he flipped Boogie.
I heard rumors Boogie might go to St. John's.
Yeah, I did hear that. I did hear that.
Brought the New York boy back home.
I just
Boogie
want you to
and
know-
Bryce Hopkins.
That's a fucking
Maybe
good
Malachi
squad.
Smith from Dayton.
And they bring R.J. Lewis probably comes back.
Yep.
I
Zuby
hope
probably
he-
comes back.
Zuby probably comes back. That's a fucking.
They get anyone
squad.
that can shoot a three?
They're looking at somebody early. I saw that they're getting linked to
I got sources. They got a couple guys already.
Yep.
They got a couple guys already that are. I think some handshake agreements have been made. Some
Yeah.
some dollar amounts have been agreed to. Just nothing signed.
I'm just happy nobody did a home run victory lap this year. Yeah.
Three. I texted Dukes this morning. Can we leave off the show with?
I had it up.
I know. It was on me. I didn't say it. I texted Duke this morning. Can we lead the show with 2 a.m. Rico just tweeting at 7 people?
I woke up
7
to that.
followers.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
And he
When I see
texted Glenny
Rico's-
Balls. He texted Glenny Balls at 2 a.m.
Go to sleep, dude.
What an.
He makes me. You legitimately make
You're
me sometimes
unreal.
be like, I'm gonna get a burner and I'm gonna go at Rico. Like I want to get like.
Bro,
if
you
I got
just get blocked
if
so
I got
fast.
blocked by Rico within an hour.
He
of having
had
an account,
Dukes. He had the realization, or he saw he saw the clip of us yesterday that he realistically would have been in the entourage with St. John's.
everything you wanted.
Somebody's got to wear the black hat. I kind of like the rivalry. Respect the rivalry.
Nobody. No, there was none until you made it.
Yeah.
There was no
This-
rivalry until you did it.
This does have potential to be very funny in the long term.
What, when Brian gets a job?
No, like
No, when St.
it's
John's win a national championship.
not-
Well,
like,
he
it
no,
did-
you know
yeah.
he's still, by the way, Dukes, he
Or goes to the Final Four.
still thinks that when Patino leaves, they have
You know who it is. He said
It's the guy Macello, whatever his name is.
Maciello.
Maciello.
but it becomes a desirable job once he leaves.
Correct. If he lays the blueprint of like success, like 5 years in a row, whatever, like
Yeah.
it changes the whole outlook of the program.
Yeah. I think Patino's sexier. I think that's why people
Of
would
course,
go
but
there.
if
I
he
still
lays
think,
the, if he, it is all about that next guy to like keep the train on the
Right.
tracks. But if you have a guy, if the foundation's been built, where because if you have 5 years, say it's 5 years, we'll call it. If he has like 5 years in a row of prime success, where they're like one of the top like 3-4 teams in the Big East, they're competing to win the Big East. They're like making the tournament every year, like higher seeds. Like that blueprint, it changes the whole narrative of the way
Right.
people view it. Because like your whole thing was no one cares about going to play for St. John's, but like if he does this for a few years in a row, then people will be like, you all of a sudden start talking about St. John's
Yeah, I agree.
with these other big.
I will say this. I do think St. John's is in the best window it has been in 45 years to win a national title.
Absolutely.
Will that happen? I don't know, but I do think it is. I think it is a short window though. That's what you got to worry about.
Sure.
Like, right now, the best window is with Patino, and then whoever the next guy is, it is a downgrade, whether they want to admit that or not.
I mean,
And that's where it's at.
No doubt. But
Like you could say that about any.
Agreed.
It's going to be a downgrade for Kentucky when they lose Cal. It's going to be a downgrade for Alabama when they lose Oates.
Yeah, I'm just laying out the
Izzo.
facts.
I'm not sure if Shire was too much of a downgrade so far, but you're right.
Hasn't been yet. Yeah, exactly.
He's been. Honestly, though, he's made Duke like, they're all right. Like they're fine now. They don't hate it. No one hates us as much.
it almost might be worse for them.
It could also change though.
He's made him like indifferent.
Yeah, it's just like,
Actually, isn't always a good thing.
well, I don't know about.
Then if they win, it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I still think like no matter what the name is people gonna. But I think people like them more, which is
they're less hateable without Coach K for sure.
I kind of liked being more hateable.
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes it like it's not like it won't be when they win. It won't be if they win. It won't be as fun. Or when they win, it won't be. It won't,
Three.
it won't
Do you
be
like
as
Steve
fun.
Masiello, by the way, Bosco?
What?
Do you like Steve Masiello?
I respected his teams in Manhattan. Yeah,
Do you like him as a coach? And do you like him as a person? Isn't he a local guy?
he's a local guy. Yeah,
I just didn't know if you're going to root for him then.
I'll root for him. I mean, so to speak.
I mean, you legitimately stroke off college basketball coaches, so I didn't know if this guy was going to be one that you're going to stroke
Yeah,
off.
you made Duke seem like he was crazy for asking that.
And the head coach of Manhattan's like that's your bread and butter. That's like
Yeah.
your wheelhouse.
Yeah, like
Guy coach
now
of Manhattan.
I'm assuming that you and him have fucking beef.
No, zero.
Yeah, no, that's
Zero.
what I'm starting
Zero.
at. Yeah, you fucking
Zero.
hate this
Zero.
guy.
Zero.
Next up on my list, NYU basketball loses championship game on Saturday.
Oh no, not Klatsky.
Yeah, that was
They
tough.
lost?
Yeah, they lost.
Is that his name, Klatsky?
Latsky. Lost to Trinity. Tough one.
Good coach though, but tough one.
I also want to point out that NYU's women have won the title 3 of the last 4 years.
Right.
So,
Maybe who's
go
coaching that?
ladies.
Who's coaching that team?
Some girl from Hoosick Falls, which I actually went to college with, the girl from Hoosick Falls, but she was a little bit older.
Where's Hoosick Falls?
Upstate New York.
So I was
Maybe
gonna
give her a look.
I was gonna propose some type of bet with us, but I figured you already have a pretty significant.
Yeah, I'm not
bet.
putting
Yeah, no, I listen.
cent on these games.
But no, I know. But I was saying like a fun bet for Pick Central, but there's no reason to. You have something.
I have a lot on the
lose.
line.
Are you gonna like? I'm not gonna stop dancing on you. Are you mad at Duke? Would you rather it's somebody else? If you do beat BYU, I know you're not looking past it. Rico's not looking past it.
Yeah, I mean,
rather someone
I don't
else?
think it was a matter of
Doesn't matter, basically.
yeah, it was one of the two.
I think
So
you'd rather
we
Auburn.
were not
We
getting
weren't gonna get him.
yeah, we weren't getting Auburn, and I don't think we were getting Florida. I don't think they'll realistically put seeds from the same conference in that same bracket. So Florida and Auburn were out. Then it leaves Duke and Houston. I know we beat Houston, and again, this might be like old takes exposed or whatever. I just respect Houston a ton. It's not that I don't respect Duke, but like in the choice of the two,
Don't.
no, I just rather try to like if you're gonna make Duke has a ton of NBA players, and like we have a ton of depth and want to run and gun, like just make it. I thought the style of play goes a little bit better where you would have had to beat Duke anyway.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. So like, all right, they're in the
At this
bracket.
point, it does. You had to beat a 1, so it doesn't really matter.
It's in the bracket. Yeah, I mean, when you're a 2, you have to beat a 1. You would think, obviously. So that's what it is. We've already seen Houston. They're very good. Different style of play. They can crawl in you, motherfuckers. Like, all right, then it is. I only had a choice between two teams. Like, you take the shot at Duke. You had to beat them anyway. You know what I mean? Eventually. So
I can't wait. I can't wait. I really can't. This weekend's gonna be fucking amazing. I'm going to the game Thursday, which I'm very excited about. Thanks to Game Time, because let me tell you that.
Shout out Game Time.
Thank God, because they're great.
And also a little tip for the people: those games you got to bet them in New York on DraftKings, because the games are in Newark. They don't pop up if you're in Jersey. That's going to help you out a little bit.
It's really helped me.
I realized it
Bet
this morning.
tomorrow.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, why is the Bama and Duke spread? I'm at home, I'm in Hoboken. I'm like, why are the Bama and Duke spreads not in my feed? I'm like, oh, the game's in Newark.
Wow, I didn't. I thought it was
So
just 'cause it knew
Get your if you live in Jersey, get your bets in a different
There's
state.
also going to be a
Work in the city like us, get them in while you're in Manhattan.
if you're
wherever.
in Newark, you're going to the game or whatever. There will be a pregame party. I'll let you know where it's going to be soon. But me and Tommy Smokes will be there, and we're going to watch a little bit of Alabama, watch all the other games. So come out to Newark. I'll let you know tomorrow or Thursday where the bar is going to be.
There's some nice bars around Prudential.
Is there one called Reds or something that's right there?
Yeah, I think because it's like the Devils one. I think
Yeah.
obviously Devils play there, and
Yeah. But yeah, me and Bosco, it's going to be very funny to have just that Pick Central on Monday or Tuesday, whenever you get
And I'll
back.
say for the power, I'll say it. We got to have a stream with these two boys. We got to figure that out.
Yeah.
We got to figure that out. If Bama, if God willing, if Duke and Bama win, Bosco and Marty front row stream is box office.
I don't think
it would be
people
malpractice if
realize-
it didn't
I
happen.
don't think people realize like how it'll probably be the most heated.
It would be. It'll be the bet. I promise. If Duke and Alabama both win, Marty Mush and Rico Bosco front row together, battling for a true fan battling for a trip to the Final Four, and a guy who literally has to take a fucking 90-hour bus ride, or he gets the fucking week of his life on the other side if they win. That is the best stream that Barstool Sports can concoct for this tournament.
Yeah, I agree.
Bar none.
I agree.
If Silly Clubhouse wants to clip that, I wouldn't mind.
No, it's gonna be very fun. I can't wait to watch it. Because you also you're in a dome over there. You got no supporters there.
No, it's man in the area.
It's man in the arena. It's just Bosco versus.
But you want to know what it is?
Jerry was down bad, and I convinced Jerry. I was getting lunch.
He hit though.
And Jerry called me and was like, you got to come root for Florida money line. I'm like, all right, I'll root for Florida money line. You got to root for Bama. You got to help me out. So I got like one guy. Liam Blutman says he'll help me out, but he doesn't really. Like he kind of trolls a little bit.
Yeah. Also, so Jack and Max have to go on the bus if.
Yeah.
They both do?
That's why there was. Yeah, they both do.
Oh, that does make it. I didn't realize they both. I thought it was just.
So then, that's why they were like, "Oh, you're lurking behind the graphics team." I had to remind. I was like, I asked everybody in the room, like, "Who are you rooting for?" And Doug was like, "Whoever. I don't really care, whatever." And then Mackenzie was like, "I was like, who are you rooting for?" She's like, she like delayed or whatever. I was like, "Mackenzie, haven't I always like been nice to you?" Like I had to get an outline, and she was like, "Yeah, okay, all right, go Bam." I'm like, I'm recruiting people like left and right here.
People.
Yeah,
That's not
I was if Marty.
I was always nice to you.
If you and Marty streamed it together, there wouldn't be as much need to go against you, though.
Yeah,
they also not
have
gonna
a guy
love
in
me
your
either.
kitchen already.
They're not gonna love me there either. Like that's not.
What I'm saying, they would have. When there's a guy rooting for Duke like so insufferably.
Yeah, very insufferable.
While you're rooting for Bama insufferably. There's no need to really like. It's easy to like poke a bear, but when there's a bear poking the other bear, it makes it like.
I streamed myself at my apartment for Baylor, and just so I can just be happy because I knew I'm gonna fucking kill him. I can't wait for this weekend. I really can't. It's gonna
get
be
past
awesome.
BYU.
You both got to handle business.
I'm handling.
Both got to handle business.
There's one team that needs to handle it.
Well, so there's 3 experts in an ESPN column. You probably use that term loosely, but Jeff Borzello, I think it's the guy Myron Metcalf. Is that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
And Lenardi. So they need Lenardi to do something before he goes back in his fucking
got to go to sleep in a
hole
and
releases bracketology once a week in August. There are unanimous selections from the 3 of them in the Sweet 16: Michigan State, Florida, Auburn, Texas Tech, Tennessee, Duke, and Houston. They split 2-1, 2 BYU, 1 Alabama. Is this a little? I know this tournament it's chalk. Is this where we kind of see a little bit of the craziness, or not craziness, or is this where does this also worry you that everybody is now putting? So this would be 2-1, 1-3, 2-1, 1, and then it's like maybe a 6. So like it's for the most part they're thinking it's 1-2, 1-3 across the board here.
I have if you had to pick, say both of you had to pick 2. I already two upsets. I think 1, I'm taking Maryland money line against Florida. That's my 1 upset, and then 2, I honestly think I'm going to take Arkansas money line.
I like Arkansas too.
Texas Tech.
I think Arkansas is live. The only thing I like Florida a lot. Maryland's a good team. Maryland's very talented. I think Florida got their scare. They didn't play well to the very end. They still beat like a UConn team who played a really good game. I think Florida's legit. I think too, Maryland might have like maybe a little too early became the darling and not realize like they should have lost that game to Colorado State. I think Florida rolls. But I do like Arkansas. I think Arkansas is very live. Respectfully, I think BYU is live as well. Just because that game's that game is just going to be like who hits threes. Like, they want to play very similar, so I think anytime that's the case, I think BYU is pretty good, too. They got some good players.
I think Auburn kicks the shit out of Michigan.
I actually very much agree with that.
You know, I'm actually...
Yeah. The shit out of
I'm glad you said that because I was having kind of a moment yesterday where I, said Michigan, and then as the day went on yesterday, I was more just like, oh, I almost caught myself. I'm like, I'm taking bait here.
They just match up so well against them. Like, they
Auburn's
really do.
good.
Auburn also is getting a little bit of a reputation that they're like the weakest one.
They are.
Kind of crazy.
They are.
And they're just really good. Like, people forget, just because they lost 3,
their floor is so high.
They're so high. And, like, Johnny Bruma might kill Vlad. I just think that I think Auburn's just a lot better than Michigan. I think Michigan's a good team. I think that he did a great job coaching. The way he even got those 2 wins, I think Auburn kills.
Also, too, another thing that there was this part of what I was thinking yesterday when I started thinking about it more. I was like, they played like shit. And they beat Creighton by 12.
Dude, yeah.
And Creighton was hot, or like they were and Kalkbrenner I think is a good player. Like have like an anchor in your defense like that, and they still handled them without even really playing that good.
Yep, I agree.
In Michigan, as much as like they have the voodoo magic and they're closers, I give them respect. But eventually, you're gonna have the shots just like aren't gonna fall when you need them to.
They shouldn't have beat UC San Diego.
They shouldn't have. No, they really shouldn't have.
They shouldn't.
If UC San Diego had they shot like 30%, and they lost by 3.
Yeah, Michigan got out to that big lead. I'm lucky the number moved the right way.
Well, they don't shoot free
if
throws
San
well.
Diego
Like
just shoots like a little bit below.
just
their
like average. Yeah.
Their two best players also didn't play well. Like again, they got a miracle. Not a miracle game. He's really good, but like McGee obviously played fantastic. But I mean, who was it? Tate Jones played 24 minutes that game.
Yeah.
Therio for Arkansas is reported to play 12 to 15 minutes on Thursday in the Sweet 16 again.
He hasn't played, and it hasn't mattered.
Has not played since 222, averages 15 points a game and 6 rebounds. Yeah, but I mean, giving him a minute, like it's definitely helps.
No. I'm just saying that because I remember that was a talk.
How he plays, you know.
Round.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, I think I had to convince Ev to get on it, but I've been banging the Houston drum.
I'm all in on Houston.
Fuck them for not covering Saturday.
So I felt that I had 4.5.
So I bet it in the morning.
It was a miracle. It was a cover that should have easily covered that ended up being a miracle.
I bet it in the morning at 4.5, and then Dave walks in and is like, "What do you want to do for your other bet?" I'm like, "Houston," and he says 5.5. Didn't think too much of it. Obviously, 1 point. It was the right side the entire way. They don't score for 4 minutes. It's a fucking absolute disaster.
You think you're a bigger
down
Houston
the
guy
stretch.
than me?
What?
You think you're a bigger Houston guy than me?
I don't know. I think we're both close. I've been saying it kind of all year. But the one thing to factor in, does anybody know where they play the regional when Houston's playing this regional? It's 70 miles from Purdue's campus.
Damn.
It's like a true, Houston's going to travel but like anyone who's in driving range of that game is probably got an interest in Purdue.
Guys, stick up for Houston really quick?
Yeah.
I think that if there's one thing that even from the Big 12 play that you have to do with Houston more than anybody else, it does not matter if they're on the road or not. They're road warriors.
Oh, 100%. But it's just an interesting factoid as you roll out the
I'm just saying, like, they don't
the
really. They
storylines.
seem to be handle like the blitz, the pressure, the moments, the fans like very well.
That's also for not Bama. Auburn's in a similar spot. Opposite, like they're playing very close to home. They're in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, but they were the number one overall seed. Of course,
No, I'm saying they're playing like very like it's worth noting.
I'm not even being a dick. I do think it is weird Alabama didn't go home.
He didn't do it last year.
I think it is like
straight to
Duke went home. Duke is getting here.
Yeah, but it was 6 minutes away from where they played. Of course, they went home.
I know, but
in
it's also
Raleigh.
like 3 days of like there's been in Newark for 3 days so far.
I like it.
They did it
I
last
think
year. I like the move.
I like people like their own beds.
Yeah, maybe play a little hungrier.
What they
I like
homeless
their
now?
spin zone.
Yeah, hungry dogs
so
run
they're just
faster.
Acclimated. Are they practicing in the gym?
That's interesting.
Tomorrow.
That's the
tomorrow.
case.
Tomorrow.
They're definitely not allowed to.
Tomorrow they are.
Yeah, that's probably the first day you're allowed to.
Yeah, that's it.
Because that would be that would be unfair,
Would
right?
this be the biggest win of your life?
This one?
Final Four. Like they make the Final Four.
That'd be a pretty big win. Yeah.
I think it would definitely.
Where would this
be.
rank in terms of happiness and life moments?
Non-oblos and marriage aside?
No, included.
No, included. One.
First 4 seasons in first class at the Pumps Party, or
It's up there.
My
It's
kid.
definitely up there.
Yeah, like beating St. Mary's to lose in the state. That's the funniest thing actually that I just put together. You shit on St. Joe's for losing the A-10 quarters all the time, but your little St. Mary's fact, how you beat St. Mary's when they bought the hotel rooms, your senior year of high school, and then you guys didn't win the state championship.
Yeah, but I didn't. Well, we did technically.
didn't hang a banner.
We won the no.
I did hang a banner.
Because we won, because it's various levels. So we won Brooklyn, Queens. We won the city. Then we won the Catholic state. We were the best Catholic state, best high school in the Catholic state of New York, best Catholic high school in the state of New York. We won that. We achieved that. Then you move. It's like video games. You save the game and you move to the next level. We lost at the last level.
Do you have an outfit planned if you make the Final Four for the Pumps Party?
No. Well, I got to get it either way, so it doesn't matter either way.
Well, you guys are gonna. Well, you guys got to be full matching jumpsuits if that happens.
No. Business casual.
You know what he should do? You should go full white Patino suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. You got to have a sick outfit. I don't need a. Bro, you can't fly in there with Dave and Big Cat and you're the big dick in the group at that point for that specific party.
You got to look
Only
good.
time you could have a bigger dick than both of them, you got to look good.
Yeah, that's a good point. You do.
True.
You got to win games, Bosco, though. You're getting them off track.
I know. Yeah, we don't look ahead.
And they have to follow you there, right? They can't go off on their own.
No. I kind of want them to go.
No. Yeah, you could.
But I don't want them holding conversations over my head and seeing like how I work or who we talk to.
I knew that was coming. I was like, Bosco wants to work on his own.
Exactly what's going to happen.
Bosco wants them there as an outlet when he needs them.
Somehow this is going to become a lose-lose situation for you.
Yeah, Dan said he's just gonna not even say hello. He's gonna be like, give me a number. He's just gonna be a dick. Just say, give me a number.
Give me your number.
See how it goes. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. I think Thursday is one of the best bar nights of the year. I say it all the time. And now you roll in opening day on Thursday as well. Like the best, the fucking best.
These 2 nights are really, really good.
Awesome.
Like 2 favorite nights.
Really good
of the tournament.
Yeah, they're up there.
16.
Sweet
Elite
16.
Eight?
No, Sweet 16.
Oh yeah, Sweet 16 is the best.
Like the little overlap, I fucking
Yep.
Get the casuals out of my face with the nonsense now. Give me these really good college basketball games I've been waiting for all year.
A little bit easier on the eyes. 2 going at the same time.
Yep.
Really, the only thing I really want from this tournament was like just one. Like I wanted 1 or like 2 or like the VCU, the UC San Diego, like one of those teams that could compete, make it like close, make it a good game. Not like I don't want like when like the St. Peter's are in it.
That's what Colorado. That's what Colorado State. I really think could have hung.
That would have been completely fine.
Like
Colorado State. I think they proved they're very
any
real.
top-
They
They
were
would've
real as hell.
They would have been dead against Florida, I think.
I think, but that's like a testament to Florida. I think a lot.
Right,
Of
yeah.
I think a lot of teams would be dead to Florida. A lot, like no offense, hasn't Bama gotten blown out by Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We crawled it back to 5.
Right, but I'm just saying, like it's a testament.
Oh
to
no,
how
and
good
then
Florida
The
is.
last two
no.
times
Then
we
we
played, they got beat.
sorry, we got blown out in the
SEC champion. SEC
Yeah.
tournament.
So point being is like I don't think it's a Colorado State thing. I think it's just if you get any of those top 50 teams,
Yeah.
I don't mind in the Sweet 16. It's when it's like St. Peter's, when they beat Purdue. It's just like I got legitimately mad at Purdue.
I mean that was like an all time to let that happen. Ugh, Purdue isn't. The St. Peter's, the Fairleigh Dickinson run of losing to those 2 teams is like like malpractice.
I mean, I respect North Texas. I'm a huge North Texas fan, but they lost to North Texas as a top 15
True.
Ken Pom team when they were 4. Then they lost to St. Peter's, and then they lost to Fairleigh Dickinson. That was
Especially St. Peter's, where like you had the blueprint.
Yeah.
Like you got to watch them play these good teams twice in a row.
Do you guys think plus 210 is good value?
For Duke to win it all?
No, just in general.
Yeah, I mean it's
Well,
a
it
plus sign,
depends.
obviously.
MLB race to regular season, race to 10 regular season wins. Dodgers plus 210. They already have 2 wins.
That factor in?
Yeah.
Huh?
Do they take a break? What am I
I was
missing?
gonna say
They
what's the schedule?
They
Who do they
play. They play Thursday. They play Thursday.
Who are they playing?
Playing the Tigers.
Tigers any good? Fucking, you couldn't tell me.
They're okay.
about
And
baseball
then-
right now.
And then they play the Braves and the Phil, but like it's the Dodgers. I don't care who they play. Am I crazy? Then no.
I don't. That's,
Is
All
Phil
right,
back there?
so,
No, I kicked him out.
did these Angels games count? What am I looking at
No.
on those? The Angels games didn't count
No. Why would they count?
because it's on their fucking schedule. That's what's weird. It
preseason.
shows,
It's like preseason though.
so it shows but it shows 2 Cubs games, then it shows 2 Angels games.
No. The Cubs games was the Japan that counted, and then they went back to spring training.
Which is insane, yeah, but it's
Insane.
So now they play the Tigers opening day Thursday, 7 p.m.
All right, so they do go Braves. All right, so 2 out of the Tigers get some 4. Probably going to win 3.
No matter what.
Let's say they
ahead.
split. They go 3-3 against the Phillies and Braves, gets them to 7, and then 3 against the Nats. Can somebody else go? Yeah, fuck.
The
it.
Mets.
I don't have a bet. I don't have a bet today, so I'm taking it.
The Mets have a pretty good, like the Mets are 10-1, the second favorite. They have a pretty favorable schedule where they have the Astros, who everyone says are down. They have the Marlins, the Blue Jays, then the Marlins again, and then the Athletics. So like they have an easier schedule, but this is going to be probably one of the best teams in MLB history.
Where did you find that? Start of the season?
I saw that Barstool Gambling tweeted it. Odds via DraftKings.
Yeah, where is it if I want to place it?
I will have to look.
We have to find it.
I just saw this.
Oh, here it is. No, it's very simple. You go to start of the season.
Start of the first.
And it's
10.
race to
10 regular season. Yeah,
10.
I see it. I'm about
Let's do 10, right?
I'm about to put it in.
Yeah, like why wouldn't we do that?
Fuck it, I'll put it in.
Also, if you think the Dodgers are gonna sweep the Tigers, you can get Dodgers to start regular season 5-0 plus 200.
I don't want to do sweep because they still got Scoobles and
Yeah,
bad
Scooble
man.
and Flaherty is still good.
All right, yeah, I didn't have a bet today, so
It's a good bet. No.
I will be placing it.
210.
I'll be placing it.
And also, to be honest, I think we should take the Dodgers and then just like take someone else that you like that might, you don't know, like someone could rattle off 10.
Who was it? Was it last year, the year before, that the Rays started like?
Bro, the Yankees don't have a tough schedule. They play the Brewers, the Diamondbacks, the Pirates, then the Tigers. Like it's not that, and then the Giants. Not that hard.
All right, I'm in. I'm in on the Dodgers. You're starting 2 games ahead.
I know, that's what I'm saying. 2 games ahead, and you just get the best team in baseball.
They basically got to get 8 while everybody else has to get 10.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I'm in on that. All right, that's my pick. That's all I got. So, Ev, what do you got?
I'll tweet out. I'll do some NBA today because there's no. I'll tweet them out. I didn't have them yet. I got to get in the lab for NBA.
I have some NBA. I have the Pistons minus 10.5. I have the Warriors minus 5.5, and then I have the Knicks minus 10.5.
I'll bet some NIT tonight too. I'll have an NIT play.
All right, Dukes, you got anything?
Yeah. St. Francis is going D3.
After they made the tournament?
Yeah,
Wow.
They pulled the Hartford.
Damn,
That's tough.
that's crazy.
St. Francis was in the NEC? NEC is falling apart. St. Francis, Brooklyn canceled their sports program, too.
That's tough. Imagine being a freshman on St. Francis.
Yeah, what do you do?
You just
Transfer?
but it's just fucked. Like you're just all happy, and then it's just like, all right, go to D3.
The portal opening while the season's still going is fucking asinine.
I think that's fucking insane.
I saw so many Alabama players in the portal.
Sure.
No, I'm not, what do you mean sure? Do you want to start naming them?
Yeah, name them off. Go ahead.
File
Okay.
I'll send you the rest.
All right,
I
that's
have a
fine.
list for you.
All right, Yak's up next. We'll catch you tomorrow. Clemmer's running baseball tomorrow.